students, welcome to the class. How are you all? Hope you are fit, fine and doing great, and I'm sure you are excited to learn with me. So, myself Divyani Shukla, your SST teacher, and today I'm going to start a new chapter, which is means of transport and communication. What is means of transport? We travel from one place to another by any means, by any transport, by any vehicle like cars, buses, aeroplanes, bicycles, auto rickshaws, etc. So we have different types of transport, or we can say we have different means of transport by which we travel. We have land transport, air transport, some moves on air, some moves in air, some on land, some on rails, etc. And communication is the way of expressing ideas, thoughts, feelings, or expressions. So communication also, we have different means of communication. So let's begin with this chapter. Look at the pictures and fill in the crossword puzzle. By looking at the picture, you have to complete this crossword puzzle. In the first picture, you can see this is the picture of a train. So you will write train. Next, second picture is of aeroplane. So you will write aeroplane. Likewise, you can do the remaining. Moving to the next topic, which is means of transport. Means of transport. What is the means of transport? We travel from one place to another by any transport like cars, buses, aeroplanes, according to the distance which we have to travel. Children, how do you go to your school? How do you visit your friends or go to the nearby market? How do you visit your relatives living in far off places? तो कैसे हम अपने स्कूल जाते हैं, कैसे हम अपने फ्रेंड्स या नियरबाई मार्केट जाते हैं? By any kind of transport. Now, let us know how to go from one place to another. We use different means of transport like two-wheelers, four-wheelers, buses, trains, and aeroplanes to move from one place to another. Each means of transport has its own, depending on the distance we need to travel and the money we can spend. So we have different type of transport. Some are two-wheelers, some are four-wheelers, buses, trains, and aeroplanes which move from one place to another. We use it according to the distance we need to travel and the money we can spend on traveling. Types of transport. There are different types of transport. First one is land transport. Land transport consists of vehicles that moves on roads or rails. All vehicles we use to travel on land have wheels. Some vehicles have engines that need petrol, diesel, gas or gas to run. Common land transport includes. So land transport are those vehicles that moves on road or rails like cars, buses, aeroplanes, and some vehicles run on engines. Some common land transport are, first is bicycle, two-wheeled vehicle powered by pedaling. तो बाइसिकल क्या है? हमारी टू व्हील्ड व्हीकल है जिसको हम पेडल करके पावर करते हैं. नेक्स्ट इज कार्स, four-wheeled vehicle powered by engines. Car is a four-wheeled vehicle which is powered by engines. Buses, large vehicles that can carry many passengers. बहुत से passengers को carry कर सकती है. Trains, vehicles that run on rails and carry passengers and goods from one place to another. Next is air transport, vehicles that move in the air. Air transport include vehicles that travel through the air. It is the fastest means of transport. So air transport is the fastest means of transport and it includes vehicles that travel in the air. First is aeroplanes. They fly very high and very fast, carrying many people and good at a time. Aeroplanes जो हैं बहुत fast होते हैं और वो एक ही टाइम पे कई सारे पैसेंजर्स या फिर गुड्स को कैरी कर सकते हैं. हेलीकॉप्टर्स दे फ्लाई बट नॉट एज हाई एज एरोप्लेन्स एंड कैरी फ्यूअर पीपल. दे कैरी फ्यूअर पीपल देन एरोप्लेन्स. दे फ्लाई बट एरोप्लेन्स के जितना ऊंचा नहीं उड़ते हैं. Next is water transport, vehicles that move on water. Water transport includes vehicles that across water. Some examples are, first is sailboats. They use wind to move and are used for shorter distances over rivers and lakes. सेलबोट्स को यूज किया जाता है. सेलबोट्स विंड का यूज करती है मूव करने के लिए और ये शॉर्टर डिस्टेंसेस के लिए यूज की जाती है. नेक्स्ट है शिप्स. दे ट्रेवल अक्रॉस द सीज एंड ओशियंस कैरिंग गुड्स एंड पैसेंजर्स फ्रॉम वन कंट्री टू अनदर. शिप्स जो है वो एक जगह से दूसरी जगह ट्रैवल करती हैं. दे मूव इन ओशियंस एंड सीज एंड कैरी मेनी पैसेंजर्स एंड गुड्स एट वन time. Speedboats, small boats that travel very fast. Speedboats are boats that travel very fast. Next is importance of means of transport. Why is transport important in our life? Because it makes our traveling easier. Means of transport are important in our life because they take us to our place of work. Firstly, वो हमें अपने काम पे जगह पे ले जाते हैं. They help us reach school. They also help in reaching a school or offices. They help us visit our friends and relatives. They help us carry they help us carry things or goods from one place to another. यानी कि we can send any goods to one city to another or one country to another. Without different means of transport, our life will be very difficult. So इसीलिए हमारे means of transport बहुत important है. Now next topic is communication. What is communication? A way of expressing ideas, thoughts, emotions or feelings. The process of transferring information from one person to another is called communication. जब हम किसी भी इंफॉर्मेशन को एक पर्सन से दूसरे पर्सन तक पहुंचाते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड कम्युनिकेशन. देयर आर टू टाइप्स ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. वन इज पर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन एंड द अदर इज मास कम्युनिकेशन. नाउ इट्स द टाइम ऑफ एक्ट एंड लर्न. Why is the invention of aeroplane considered a significant advancement in means of transport? तो एरोप्लेन का जो इन्वेंशन है उसे सिग्निफिकेंट एडवांसमेंट क्यों कहा गया? क्योंकि वो फर्स्ट रीजन कैन बी इट इज द फास्टेस्ट मीन्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट एंड इट क्विकली कैरीज many passengers or goods at one time only. First you can write it is the fastest means of transport. Fastest means of transport. Likewise, you can write many more points. Moving to the first type of communication, which is personal communication. Personal communication एक ऐसी communication है जिससे हम exchange करते हैं एक individual के बीच में, यानी कि एक person के बीच में. Personal communication is the exchange of information between individuals. It includes what are the personal communication? Post, sending letters and parcels, यानी कि posting is also पर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन. टेलीफोन, मेकिंग वॉइस कॉल्स, इसमें भी हम एक इंडिविजुअल के बीच में इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज करते हैं. मोबाइल फोन, मेकिंग कॉल्स एंड सेंडिंग मैसेजेस. इंटरनेट, यूजिंग ईमेल एंड मैसेजिंग सर्विसेज. पर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन सिस्टम इनेबल यूजर टू एस्टैब्लिश द डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट. तो पर्सनल कम्युनिकेशन की मदद से लोग एक दूसरे से डायरेक्ट कॉन्टैक्ट में आ सकते हैं. Next type of communication is mass communication. When communication is transferred to many people or a mass of people at a single time. Mass communication enables many of people to get information at the same time. It is a great way to provide education as well as entertainment. There are two types of mass communication. So when communication transferred to a mass of people, or we can say to many people at the same time, like examples can be education, or another example can be entertainment. So basically we have two types of mass communication. First is print media. Print media includes things like newspapers and magazines. प्रिंट मीडिया में कैसी कैसी चीजें आती है? न्यूज़पेपर्स एंड मैगजीन्स. ये भी बहुत लोगों तक इन्फॉर्मेशन को पहुंचाती है. न्यूज़पेपर्स प्रिंटेड डेली विद न्यूज एंड इन्फॉर्मेशन. सो बाय रीडिंग न्यूज़पेपर्स mass of people or many people get updated with the latest news. Magazines printed weekly or monthly with articles and stories. Magazines को प्रिंट किया जाता है वीकली या फिर मंथली विद some stories and articles. Next is electronic media. Electronic media include things like television, radio and internet, जो कि लोगों तक, जो कि millions of people तक information को at a single time पहुंचाती है. Television broadcast news, short films, shows and films. Radio broadcast music, news and talk shows. Cinema shows films in theaters. So these are the three ways by which our information get to many people at the same time. These are called mass communication because they reach a large number of people. I hope you have understood the topic. Moving to the vocabulary. First is transport, moving people or things from one place to another. लोगों को या फिर चीजों को एक जगह से दूसरी जगह पहुंचाना. कम्युनिकेशन यानी कि इंफॉर्मेशन शेयर करना. पर्सनल, रिलेटिंग टू वन पर्सन, जो एक पर्सन को रिलेट करती है, जो एक पर्सन से रिलेटेड है. मास, रिलेटिंग टू अ लार्ज नंबर ऑफ पीपल. मीडिया, ways of communicating information. मीडिया क्या है? Information को communicate करने का एक तरीका है. Now let us quickly recall what we have learned in this chapter with some of the summary points. We use different types of transport for traveling to one place to another. Some vehicles have engines that need petrol, diesel or run to gas, which are mainly called land transport. Water transport include vehicles that travel across water. Examples can be ships, boats, sailboats, etc. Personal communication is the exchange of information between individuals, and mass communication is the exchange of information through a large number of people. Now, exercise time. Think and answer. First exercise, check the correct option. What is the fastest means of transport? Car, train or aeroplane? So option number C, aeroplane. Which type of transport do not use vehicle? Water transport, air transport or land transport? Option number A, water transport do not use vehicles. What is the process of sharing information between people called transport, communication or engine? Option number C, communication. Which type of fuel is used to power some vehicles? Petrol, diesel, both A and B. So answer will be both A and B. What is the machine that converts energy into motion called? Engine, petrol or diesel? So what is the machine? Engine that converts energy into motion. Next exercise, fill in the blanks using the words given in the box. Bicycles are dash-wheeled vehicle powered by pedaling. Two-wheeled vehicle. Small boats that travel very fast are called speed boats. Speed boats travel very fast. Dash use wind to move. Sailboats. Dash communication enables millions of people to get information at the same time. Mass communication. Electronic media includes things like television, radio, and the internet. Tick for the true and cross for the false statement. Land transport includes vehicles that travel through the air. Cross, this is incorrect. Communication is the process of sharing information between people. Yes, this is true. Petrol and diesel are types of food. No, this is false. The fastest means of transport is car. No, this is also incorrect. We use different types of transport to travel from one place to another. Yes, this is true. Thank you, students. That's all for today. We'll meet in our next class with some new chapters. Till the time, keep learning, keep doing great. Bye-bye, students.